Well, that was fun. So, now what? Board! With bricks! Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be talking about what the future may hold in store for LEGO Dungeons & Dragons minifigure series. I'll give you my picks for what I would like to see in a Series 2 and beyond. This is the first in a 3-part series. It's fair to say that Baldur's Gate 3 has rekindled the interest of Dungeons & Dragons. In many ways, it revolutionized what RPG video games can be, much like its predecessor Baldur's Gate did in 1998. I'll break down some of the characters, NPCs, classes, and monsters I'd like to see in future releases. I'll be presenting my picks in series mostly based on their media. I'll also be including Build-A-Figure, which is a concept employed by Hasbro in their Marvel Legends action figure line. These picks are not just personal preferences, but also what I think could sell well. With that in mind, let's gather our party and venture forth. Dungeons & Dragons Minifigure Series 2 would feature 12 characters, NPCs, and monsters from the original Baldur's Gate. The first character I think of in Baldur's Gate is Imoen. No matter how hard you try to run away, she'll always catch up to you. Yes, she is in the second Baldur's Gate, however, this is where she makes the most impact. They could always use the BG2 look with this minifigure. Accessories could include a medium dark pink hood and cape. Let's get this out of the way. The second slot would need to go to Sarevok. He is the big baddie and his look is iconic. This minifigure could easily be used for a fallen paladin or evil warrior. His key accessories would be a pearl dark gray shoulder and chest armor combo and a wicked helmet. The third slot I would allocate to a generic monster that was prevalent in this series. No, not the Gibberlings, but gnolls. These large humanoid hyenas are a menace, but would be a new type of race. This character would use a recolor of the creature head 6434480 in Nougat, and use the modified legs introduced by the Fawn minifigure. This would make an excellent army builder. This minifigure would be ideal to reintroduce the halberd weapon. Next, I would like to see Dynahir, who you meet at the Knoll Mountain Stronghold. Her original look is the iconic purple dress, though I've seen a few iterations. I could easily see them use the look on the Magic the Gathering card. Her new accessories could include a recolor of a magic effect and Storm's cloak piece in purple. I would say you can't have her without Minsk, which in the game is very true, but I have other plans for him. Next up is another army builder, a Flaming Fist mercenary. These soldier police are synonymous with Baldur's Gate. I could see them packing an alternative head or a dual-gendered head. Unique to this figure would be the print on the armor and shield. Another figure I think would fly off the shelves. Not to be outdone, the Kingdom of Am would also have a soldier represented. When they're not trying to arrest you in-game, they just shove you aside. They also have really nice lootable helmets. The special accessory here would be the Vampire Knight helm recolored in silver. Next we have a chaotic neutral gnome, Quail, or Uncle Quail. More on that part later. He's a cleric illusionist gnome with a top hat. Need I say more? In the 8th slot I would place Zahn. He's extremely pessimistic, but has some of the funnier lines in the game outside of Minsk. Quite simply, we need more variety in elf ears. The next spot was more difficult to pin down. My choices for this spot were between Corrin and Kavan. Ultimately, I chose Corrin based on his more useful nature in the game. Both are elves, and as stated earlier, more elf ears the merrier. He is also a fighter thief, and could be wielding a bow. Next is the green-clad human cleric of Tempest, Branwen. She should feature a pretty cool hair and bandana combo. Her green torso would be highlighted by a recolored cloth skirt similar to the Series 12 Battle Goddess. And of course, a mace. Next up, we have a non-playable character who's actually in Dark Alliance. Aelith Elandara is the owner of the Elf Song Tavern, an iconic location in Baldur's Gate. The last roster spot for this series would go to Driss Duerden, the most iconic Dark Elf in the Forgotten Realms. He's in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, where he can be attacked and looted, and he's a secret playable character in Dark Alliance. Honorable mentions go to Gorion, a short-lived non-playable character in the game, and the lovable gnome thief Alora is also another who could have been in this series. And that's everything for my wish list for this expansion. Which inclusions do you agree with? Who would you have replaced and with whom? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.